guys, it's Lily, and I'm back with my March Plan With Me video. I had planned to have another video this month, and I got really busy and I didn't quite finish it. So I'm glad that I was able to get my March Plan With Me done just in the nick of time. This month I went with a poppy theme, and I have a list where I have ideas for bullet journal themes, and poppies has been on there maybe for like over a year. And I'm excited to finally be doing a poppy theme. I think I was a little nervous about getting the shapes right, and the open, like straight on poppies are slightly challenging when the way the petals kind of fold over themselves or overlap. But overall, I would say it was easier than I had anticipated. And with watercolor especially, you can kind of use the texture of the paint to help kind of make them more interesting and give them depth between the petals. And that's why you can see that I am sort of alternating which petal I'm painting in, so that when I'm kind of letting it dry, and when I paint in the adjacent petal, it will create that feeling of overlap, because you're kind of glazing over the first layer with the layers next to it, if that makes any kind of sense. As you can see, I tested out a couple colors that I thought might be fun, and in the end, I only really used a red and a pink for the flowers, and then I used that orange color to put dots kind of around the flowers. I had done that in my sketchbook and thought it looked really nice, so I continued it here. So my camera wasn't locked in tight to the mount I have for it as I was filming this part, and as the shot continues on, it slowly kind of zooms in and goes a little bit to the right. So the benefit is that you get a little bit closer to the painting, but the painting also gets a little more off center. But it seems like every video I have a little weird thing that I did not plan for, but in the grand scheme of things, this isn't so bad. So you can see I'm just adding little dots to finish out the painting. I feel like I sort of went overboard with the dots, but I had to balance it out, and I like the balance of them, and I don't know, it just makes it kind of more fun and I guess a little bit more like energetic than just a painting of flowers. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments if you liked the painting better before the dots or if you think the dots are fun. So that wraps up the cover page painting. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So I'm just doing my usual thing, pasting it in. So you can kind of see my sketchbook in the background there and a closer view. I really like the texture I got with the petals in this painting, especially the one in the top left. I think that turned out really nicely. So I actually forgot to do a quote on this left page until I started filming. So after I did the cover page, I found a quote and penciled it in, and I think that's why it's so simple in terms of the lettering style. But I did find a Morgan Harper Nicholas quote that I thought went along nicely with the theme. And I'm using my new Furunosuke pen there in a color, which I didn't know had come out until I saw someone using a gray Furunosuke. And then when I started searching around, I found a pack of colors, so that was very exciting. Onto my calendar page. I'm doing my standard thing here, both with my calendar and the fact that I'm going to be drawing off screen again. I have to remember when I move the journal down to see something better that I have to move it back up. So I recreated what I'm drawing down below for you digitally so that you can see it. There we go. And yeah, at least that's an option for solving that problem. And it's actually kind of fun to recreate what I did digitally, so happy accident there. I finally got to use this Tombow brush pen I bought, I think forever ago. It's number 772, and it's a really pretty muted pink. Not like pastel, which I think a lot of pink pens you find are, but like more of a muted tone. I really love the color, and it went almost perfectly with the color I had chosen to paint the pink flowers. So yeah, I enjoyed being able to use one of my Tombow markers. I don't really use them as much as I thought I would when I bought a bunch of them. I typically, or at least lately, I've been using all watercolor. So we'll see. Maybe it's just a phase and I'll go back to using my markers more. So that's it for the calendar page. And now we're on to my gratitude and habit tracker pages. I'm using my Furunosuke pen again here, and yeah, I'm just super excited that I now have colors in the Furunosuke pens. I feel like my lettering looks much better when I use that pen over a Tombow or basically any other kind of pen meant for brush lettering. Typically my gratitude page is pretty boring and kind of just whatever in terms of of decoration, and this month I added a little bit more drawing to it than I normally do, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I like the layout of the flowers I did at the bottom, and yeah, I think it will make using my gratitude log a lot more fun. My gratitude log is one of the things that I struggle to fill out monthly, and I keep doing it because I think studies have shown that people who take time to feel grateful about the stuff in their lives, that those people are happier, so it's worth a shot. And it is nice to look back on after the month is over and kind of remember things that made me happy that I might not have otherwise remembered. It's like typically like little things that I'm grateful for each day. So that's that. On to my habits page, which is still a little bit more robust than it was last year. I have 9 boxes. I don't know if I'm going to continue with this layout next month. I think having 9 habits to track is maybe too much. But we'll see. Maybe if I make some of them less goal-oriented and more just stuff I'd want to track, like that I'd be interested to know how many times I did it. For instance, like dishes. I don't feel bad if I don't do dishes every day, but it's interesting to see how often I'm doing it, versus something like doing yoga every day. I feel bad if I miss a day. So I don't know. I think I need to think about restructuring this in April. I would be interested to know if anyone else struggles with their habits and kind of putting too much or getting a little too crazy about trying to do everything every month. Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you have a similar problem. Similar to the gratitude page, I added more decoration than I normally do, which I think looks really nice. And I apologize that I lost the footage of me finishing that, but here's a close-up. And luckily, that means you don't have to watch me put in all of the numbers on the calendars. So another happy accident. And these are 2 pages I've been doing, I think, just this year. Maybe I added them a couple times last year, but favorite recipe and favorite outfit, and I want them to be really plain so that I can draw as much as I want in there without worrying about like colors clashing with the theme or anything. So on to my exercise log. This is the same as it was last month, I believe. I did decide to start tracking the overall calories I'm burning per day versus just tracking the calories I burned per exercise. I feel like overall that's more helpful data to have. And I'm getting all of that information from my Apple Watch. And I feel like the exercise log has been pretty helpful and motivating and a lot more useful than the way I was doing it last year, which was basically just to mark what I did each day, but not kind of the length or any other data. So this has been a helpful new layout for me. I do think I added too many dots on this one. It's challenging to like make it feel balanced without overdoing it. Yeah, so ignore some of those dots. Onto my meal log. I'm not sure what happened to the pen work there. Sorry about that. My meal log is something I'm considering getting rid of. I don't have enough room to write in everything. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner is fine, but in terms of snacks, sometimes I have more than one thing and I can't fit it in there. And a lot of times I can't track my calories because I'm eating out or whatever the case is. So I don't know. I'm gonna see how it goes in March, but potentially might take out my meal log next month. And we are on to the final page. My first weekly layout. I'm sticking with a newer layout that I've been doing the past couple weeks or maybe months, which is still longer boxes for lists, but I have a couple of kind of different new sections at the bottom. And I had a lot of fun with the border at the top. For the feathers, it was kind of hard to fit feathers into a like skinny shape like that, but it's perfect for a floral border, so that worked out nicely. And I didn't really pick which flowers would be red or pink before I started, so that's kind of why I'm hopping around, because I just want to make sure that overall it looks balanced and there's not like a clump of red or pink that's obvious. This month the Archer and Olive paper held up really well to the amount of water I was using. Last month some of the feather paintings were maybe a little bit too much water, and the pages just get kind of rough, and sometimes if I use too much water it'll bleed through, and that doesn't happen very often, but it happened a couple of times last month and so far none at all, so I think I was just using less water than normal. And here we go with the dots. I think this one has the right amount of dots. And for some reason this year I've been really into using my ruler for everything, whereas last year I would freehand a lot of my boxes, like for my weekly spreads or for my habits. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. I guess it looks more professional if I use a ruler. So I'm just filling in what the boxes are. Obviously I've got my days of the week. I've got my mood tracker and my sleep tracker. I've got a what I'm drawing box, and then I think this is new this month for what you're seeing from last month, which is a weekly goals box. And I'm trying to break down my monthly goals into smaller chunks, or even just putting stuff there that's a little more like relaxed and just for fun, like do a face mask. And then that last box is for notes or for drawings or whatever I want. and it's nice because it's about the size of a Post-it, so I can actually put a Post-it in there and then have kind of random brain dump stuff that I don't necessarily like want captured in my journal. So yeah, that's about it for this month. Here is a quick flip through. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And I'll see you again very soon.